Hey guys, welcome back. How's it going? So today I'm going to show you Electron, and Electron was built by GitHub to make the building of Atom easier, I think, something like that. If you scroll down, if you go to electron.atom.io and you scroll down a little bit, you can see a video teaches you a little bit. You can see some really cool features of it. You can also download the API demo. This was built by Electron with Electron for Electron users. That's pretty cool in a mouthful. So you can clone this GitHub repo. It's an Electron quick start. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to teach you how to start your own. Here, if you scroll down, you can see a bunch of applications that were made with Electron, including Visual Studio Code, which is what I'm using right here. So I have my desktop app, which is the folder I'm going to work in today. And I have Commander, which is my command prompt, basically. So let's cd into our desktop here, and tutorials, and Node.js, and desktop app. Clear that. Alright, so I'm recording this video really quick today because I have a lot of homework, including a whole class and an English essay. And of course, I'm worried about the English essay more because the class is easy. So let's get started. First of all, you want to download Atom. Not Atom, I'm sorry. You want to download Electron. In case you don't have Node.js, you can go to nodejs.org. Jesus, not org. Org. Nodejs.org. Alright, and you can download this version, which is the version I'm using right now. As you can see, Electron is using version 7.4.0, so it's better if you have this version than this one. Alright, so Electron uses Chromium, which is like the open source version of Chrome, and I think it uses the V8 engine, or whatever. That's like cars, isn't it? Alright, so let's get started. You can install Electron as an npm package. In order to do that, we're going to start by doing npm init, which basically starts your package.json file. That's going to have the information to all of your application. So if we start that, it's going to ask you a couple of questions. I think it's like 7 of them. Alright, so the name of the app, desktop app, that's fine for now. Version's fine. Description, Electron app. Entry point, I want it to be, actually let's make that server. It's not going to be a server. Let's make it app. App.js, test command, git, keywords, author, full stack, devs, and license is going to be MIT. A license MIT means you can use it. Anyone can use it. Alright, so clear. As you can see here now, it shows up desktop app with a version of it. Let's go ahead and look at it in our Visual Studio. Okay, package.json is right here. You can see right here. Let's go ahead and create our app.js. Alright, app.js is ready. It's empty, but it's ready. So let's close this for now. Actually, no, let's not close it. I want to go here and do start. And on start, I want to run Electron dot, and that will run Electron. That will run the app. Alright, so let me just close this for now. We don't need it anymore. If we go back here, of course, we're going to need to install Electron as a dependency. Save, not dev. So run that. I think Electron also has a command line interface, so you can just do npm install globally Electron. I think you're gonna have to do that. I probably did it because, I probably did it for myself. Let's check actually. Once this one's done, you're gonna see in here. You can see now. No, okay, that's a bug that happened before when I was recording, but I didn't upload that video. That's a bug, I think, with Commander, but it's a pretty good, it's pretty good anyway. I like it. Alright, so let's clear that. And you can see here our node modules. Alright, so let's take you through the basics of creating an Electron app. Let's close this. Let's keep this open. And keep this open. Full screen. And fun fact, since this was built with Electron, you can actually go full screen by pressing F11. Or Windows or function F11, whichever you have. Alright, so now we're in full screen mode, and let me just go ahead and get started. So what I want to do is a const, which is a constant, basically a variable that cannot be changed. I want to call that, actually I'm going to make two of them, app and browser window, and I'm going to set that equal to require Electron. What that will do is basically going to replace var app equals require Electron dot app and var browser window require Electron dot browser window. That's just gonna get them in there. We're also gonna need path to make stuff easier for us, and we're gonna need URL, which is gonna make stuff even easier for us. Now there's multiple ways to do this and start the app, but I'm gonna show you a way that I really like, because it's a function and you can run it whenever you want, not just when the app starts. Okay, so let's start by doing app.onReady on the event of ready. When the app is ready, we're gonna do create window, which is a function that I'm gonna create in a second. And here let's start that function, create window, and I'm gonna do win, which is basically our window. It's gonna be our window. It's gonna be a new browser window, and that is gonna take a JavaScript object. Let's make this more readable. Let's give it a width of 1000, a height of 600. There's a lot of options. You can go to the Electron documentation and check them out. They have some okay documentation. It's not the best, but it's not bad. So let's just run this for now and see what it does. But before we do that, let me just do this real quick and I'll explain what it does in 1 second. Window all closed, and we're gonna do a function. Alright, we're gonna do if process dot platform is not equal to Darwin. Gonna do app not quit, actually, not window. Alright, so what this will do basically, it's gonna check when all the windows are closed. We're gonna check if it's Mac. If it's not a Mac, if it's not a Mac, we're gonna quit all the apps. If it is a Mac, we're gonna leave it open, because usually on Mac, whenever all the windows are closed, the process is still open, but it's in the background. I don't really use Mac much, but that's what I've been told, so we're gonna use that. And yes, I saw this from another tutorial on YouTube, and yes, that is how I teach myself. So if you see it somewhere else, don't be like, oh, copycat. It's just code. You can use it whenever you want. And let's go ahead here and do window dot open dev tool. Actually, no, let's just run this first. I want to show you that it works. So let's get out of full screen, go back to commander, and I can do npm start. What this is going to do, it's going to run electron space dot, hopefully someday soon. Alright, and you can see we have our app. Now you can also add an icon if you want. I think I'm actually gonna do that. Let me just get an icon. I'll be right back when I get an icon. Okay, I'm back and I got an icon. I put it in my image folder right here. It's called icon.png. Let me show you what it is. Okay, I got that from the internet. So we can go here and do icon. I'm gonna do path.join. I'm gonna do underscore dir name, which is the current directory name. And I'm gonna do, actually, let's make a variable here. Call it image directory. So if you do img dir, let's call that /image/. Let's do here img dir, and we're gonna do the file name, which is gonna be icon.png. See how much this simplifies the whole thing? And you can see right here, if I run this again, npm start, Alright, you can see it is using our icon right here. Now you can't see it in the bottom because I'm not recording my taskbar. Whatever. Yeah, it's called the taskbar. Never mind. So it's not recording the taskbar. However, it is showing as my icon. And I think it's different on Ubuntu. I think you need like a .ico, whatever you call it. I think you need that. Anyway, so after we do that, I'm going to show you something pretty cool. Since this is Chromium, you can actually open DevTools. So window.open DevTools, and let's run that. Let's see what it does. I think you know what it does. Let's go ahead. And as you can see, DevTools was connected from the page. Once the page reloaded, okay. So you can just go to view and reload the page. Okay, anyway, oh yeah, we don't have anything in the page anyway. So what we want to do now is we're going to do window.load URL. We're going to do here URL.format. And in here, this is going to take a JavaScript object. We're going to do path name. That's going to be path.join. And what are we going to do? We're going to do this. No, never mind. We're going to do their name. And we're going to join it with, let's make a views directory. Actually, not views. App directory. And let's name that app. Now we can do this. App directory, and we're going to do index.html. And that will load our index.html. And of course, this is not a semicolon, this is just a colon. Oh, no, not a colon, a comma, sorry. And here we're going to do protocol, and we're going to set that to file. We're going to do slashes true. Now, basically what this is going to do, we're going to basically go, and as you can see here in the browser, you can see like sometimes how you run, if you've worked with HTML before, which I think you did, it's basically going to do this. It's going to do file, 3 slashes, that's why slashes is there, I think. And then it's going to add the path to this directory. So that's why we're doing path.join. We're getting the static path. So we're getting C users, peer, desktop, you know what I mean. And it's loading that into our app. Now this is going to throw an error because we don't have the app directory yet. So let's create that. Okay, no, that's not where I want it. Alright, app right here. And create a new file here called index.html. And if we go in here, we can do h1 hello world from Electron. And if we run that, that should work. Alright, let's see. Hello world from Electron, and you can see here DevTools is working. You can also disable DevTools, or you can as well do detach. I don't know how to say that word because I'm not American. Sorry, Americans, I love you. Detach true. And you can do this. npm start again. You can see how it's detached. It's an instance of your app though, so you can't see this in the taskbar, but it's actually an instance of your app. It shows down here in the taskbar as, you know how they overlay like 2 apps. Yep. And you can just do this. You can do whatever you want, and you can style it as well by doing CSS as you would do in a regular browser. Now I'm gonna show you something really cool, because as you can see, if you've ever seen Discord or stuff like that, they don't have that. They don't have this bar here, and they don't have these. And I'm gonna show you how to take these off by doing clear here. Never mind that, I'm sorry. We're gonna go ahead in here, and we're gonna add another one here. I'm gonna do frame false. You can also do stuff like transparent true and stuff like that. I'm not gonna do that for now, I don't need it. Frame false, and if we run that, alright, let's go ahead and see what it does. It has no frame. Wow. But you cannot drag it. What is going on? Alright, don't worry, no problem, just close it. We go back here, and in our index.html, let's create a document. So in Emmet, I'm surprised that a lot of people don't know this actually. You can just do an exclamation point and press tab. It creates the whole document for you. And you can name the title whatever you want. You can name it Electron app, or fancy Electron app. You can also do here, let's link to our style sheets, for instance. href equals css, I want a menu.css relation style sheet. I feel like I'm typing slowly today. Alright, if I do here, link href equals css, and actually I don't need any more for now, we'll see later on. I want to include a script here though. I could have just done that with Emmet, but I do wet coding a lot. If you don't know what wet coding is, we enjoy typing, which is the opposite of dry coding. Don't repeat yourself. So dry and wet, got it, funny. Okay, source is gonna be equals alright, js init.js. That's gonna be our file that initiates the page basically. And in my actual markup, I'm gonna do a container, and in this I'm gonna do a nav. Jesus. In here I'm gonna do buttons. I'm gonna do a minimize, and yes, I'm using all IDs, and that is for one reason, and I'll tell you in a second. Because it is easier to access IDs from JavaScript. That's pretty much it. That didn't take long to tell you. Alright, span. Now, I did a project exactly like this to prepare for this video, and I did a lot of styling. I'm gonna try not to do a lot of styling for this one though. And if you don't know this, this is pretty cool. This is a Unicode character that is basically an X, but it is symmetrical. Let's go ahead into our menu.css. Let's create out files so we don't get an error. So go new folder, CSS, and another one, JS. In here we're gonna create what did we call it? Menu.css. And in here we're gonna create init.js. Alright, so let's actually I'm gonna need another one here. I'm gonna name it reset.css. Now in this one what I'm gonna do is body and HTML. I'm gonna set these to width 100% and a height of 100%. And we're gonna do all the elements. I'm gonna do margin 0, padding 0. I'm gonna do box sizing, border box, and what else am we gonna do? Font family. Let's give that monospace. I love monospace, don't you? Alright, so our reset is done. Let's include it. Just copy this. I'm gonna actually have to put that up here. Reset.css, menu, and init. So let's go to init. What do I wanna do with this one? For now, nothing. I wanna run the app and see how it looks like for now. And npm, wow. npm start. All right. Actually, let's take out this. I don't want it for now. My mouse is not working right. All right, it's back. Hopefully. All right. As you can see, there's no margin, no padding, nothing at all. Just works like any styling. Let's close this. Go back here. I'm not gonna use my mouse because it's not working right. Okay, so let's go ahead here and style container. and I'm gonna give that a width 100%, a height 100%, display block, which already is because it's a div, but you'd like to type, and position absolute. I'm gonna do top 0 and left 0. Now, right now it's not position absolute, but it is at the top and the left, but I'm just doing this in case it does not work. And I want to give that a background. I don't want to give that a background. Nope, never mind that. Alright, so I do container nav. In here I'm gonna do, actually just do display block. I'm not sure if it already has that, but just do it just in case. Let's do width 100%. Now this is really basic CSS, and I'm gonna just style it to make it look a little bit pretty, because I want to show you guys how to actually make this stuff, not just show you a little bit and if you thirsty for more. Actually, I don't want height 100%. I just want it to be 30 pixels. And here it is wise to use normal heights. You don't want it to be responsive, because actually, let me show you here my Discord. Alright, so on Discord, for example, let's just, okay. I believe in you. Okay, so on Discord, as you can see here, they're still over here, you know? They're still the same. They're still the same, even though they didn't do a very good job styling them and giving them a background color, but they're still the same width. Now, this is a good idea. You don't want them to be smaller, to become smaller. You want the user to be able to click them at all times. So that's why you give it height and the width. That's set. Now for the nav bar this, but when we get to the buttons, I'll talk more about that later. So let's do container and nav. What else do we have? Okay, so I'm gonna need to add another one here. I'm gonna name that title shown, because I'm gonna teach you something really cool. And this is we're gonna need the init for this. I'm gonna give this an ID of title. I'm gonna give this an ID of title shown, which is already here. Keep it empty. I'm gonna do title shown. I'm gonna do width 30%. Display block, which it already is. I'm not gonna do that. Height 100%. And I'm gonna do line height, which is gonna be 30 pixels, which is this, in order to center it. And I'm gonna do background, not background, sorry. Do color. I'm gonna make that kinda white. This is whitish color. I'm gonna give this a background color. Alright. I think this is good for now. Let's make it a little bit bigger. 1.2 em. Let's make it bold. Yeah, that should do it for now. If I do container nav buttons. Now these, I want them to be display block, which they already are. I want to float them to the right. Oh, and this, let's float it to the left. I'm gonna add a padding left to it. Left, yeah, so top, right, bottom, and left is gonna be 1 em. Let's go ahead here. So float to the right, and I'm gonna do width. I want 150 pixels. Height I want to be 100%. I'm gonna do line height 30 pixels, which is still the same as this. If you were to make it responsive, you would have this change. So in order to have this change, you'd need a JavaScript file, and that is what I usually do. Now we are going to style the buttons. So if we do buttons, minimize, buttons, maximize, and buttons close. I'm gonna do float left, height 100%, and the width of, I want each one to have width of 33%. I want text align. Come on. Alright, I got it. Text align center, and I want the color of the text to be this, and background color. Actually, I want to set the background color for the buttons here. I want it to be a little bit darker than this. So let me show you how that looks for now. I know it's hard to see what you're working with if you don't like keep restarting it, but look how good this looks for now. Look how good this looks. Come on. Come on. Now this is not draggable yet, but we'll make it draggable, and don't worry about that. Let me just clear this real quick. And open, please. Okay, thank you. If we go here, what do I want to do next? I want to do this. Alright, so here I want to do document dot, actually let's do this. Title equals document dot element by ID. I'm gonna do title dot value. I'm gonna do document dot element by ID, and I'm gonna do title shown dot inner HTML equals title. And what this will do, if you go here, alright, you can see that the title is undefined because some stupid error. Oh, okay, I know what happened. I know what happened. It's my bad, it's not a stupid error. So we're gonna need init to start when we start the page. So we're gonna need the init to be like at the top of the head, for instance. Alright, now this should work fine, hopefully. Let me just get rid of the DevTools for now too. Where we go, app.js, and get rid of this. Alright, let's go back, start. Okay, you can see here, this looks pretty neat in my opinion. We're not done yet though. Let's go back. I'm gonna do something that I have not done yet. Let's make a main here, do some content, whatever it is. In our init, as you can see now, the title should work. I didn't see if that worked. I didn't check, my bad. It did not work. Okay, let's check this out. Get element by ID, title shown. See, I do this every time. It's gonna be here, inner HTML, not value, because we're not getting the value of title here. We're getting the inner HTML of it, which is this. And let's go ahead and start that. That should work. Wow, this video is threading way longer than I expected it to. And why is that not working? Why is that not working? I know for a fact it should work. Inner HTML. Yup. Get element by ID, inner HTML document. Title shown. Let's see if I have it. The same class here. Title shown. Yeah, it is the same class. Huh, weird. Okay, did I style title shown? Yes, I did. This should work if I do npm start. Why is it still not working? Alright, never mind that. I'll figure it out later. It's not that important. Is it possible? JS in it. Actually, just put back DevTools just to see. Alright, let's do this. Not tart. Alright, we have a console error. Let's see that. Cannot read property in an HTML of null. Why is that null? ID equals title. Title. Do I have a typo here? No, I don't. At least I don't think I do. Wait, what line did it say? You can reopen it by just doing Control-Shift-I. JS line 1 and our HTML for null. Why is this null? Title. Okay, I swear I'm stupid. I am very stupid. I think I'm gonna need to put this under title, even though it shouldn't affect it. I don't really know what's going on. It usually works with me. Still. Oh, now when it... This is driving me nuts. Okay. Just kill me now. So, I did not have to put it back up here. I just had to actually change this. And after I changed this, I needed to put it back down there. If that made no sense, don't worry. Just do your thing. It's not that important. It's just my stupid error. Okay, fancy Electron app. Good, we got that. Now we got these lined up and all. Let's add some hover effect to them. If I go here to menu.css, and if I do, I want these two, and I want to add a hover here. I want background color to become this, and color to stay the same. I just want that. Transition, all these in, out, and that will make it more smooth. Basically, it's basically gonna animate. And if I do buttons, close, background color, and I want to do FF0000. Close this, come back here, and it should be when you hover over it. My bad. First, let's correct that. You can also just do like F5, I think. I'm not sure, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, now we have these buttons. Let's add some functionality to them. And before we do that, let me just do something really quick. Cursor default. Let's add some functionality to them, and I want to do one more thing just before I close this forever. I'm gonna do WebKit app drag, I think. Appreciation, sorry, not drag. I'm gonna do drag. If I do close that, npm start. If I do this, you can see if I double click it, it maximizes, unmaximizes, and here these don't work yet. Why is these? I think my okay, I think I know what is wrong with this. It's like I've done this, but I don't know why. I keep forgetting stuff. And here we're gonna do no drag, so we don't get stuff that will bug. We don't get bugs. So you can see here, animation works fine now. And let's add the menu handler. Fancy Electron app. Oh, that looks pretty good to me, honestly. And let's go ahead now. I want to do this. Let's do menu handler, add it here. And we're going to do JS handler.js. And for this one, I'm going to teach you how to actually include some JavaScript, some jQuery, I mean. You can do it without jQuery, but it just takes longer, and I want to do it with jQuery. Just to show you how to use jQuery with Node, because I actually had some hard time discovering how. So first we're going to do here, I'm going to do npm install jQuery --save. Gonna do that. That will install jQuery for us. We'll also add it to our dependencies in package.json. Clear this. Go back. Go here, and we're gonna do a constant $. We're gonna set that equal to require jQuery. And now you're gonna do jQuery as you usually do. So I want to do minimize.click. I'll make that a function. And I want to do, oh, actually I also want to do remote equals require Electron. And that is also as saying var remote equals require Electron dot remote, which is something that I just wrote and I shouldn't have. So what we're gonna do here is var window or win equals remote dot get current window. That's gonna be a function. I'm gonna do window dot minimize, and we're gonna do here maximize. So we're gonna have two functionalities for this one. First, we're gonna check if it is maximized or minimized. If it is minimized, well, not minimized, I mean unmaximized, like if it's not full screen, basically, we're gonna do if not window dot is maximized, this one. We are going to do window. So if it's not maximized, I'm gonna do window dot maximize. Else, gonna do window dot unmaximize. And now let's add the close dot click. Sorry if this tutorial is too long, I'm sorry. Window dot close. And that is it for the functionality here. Let's go and start that. And this should work flawlessly, hopefully. Failed to load resource. Menu handler.j. Oh. This should not work flawlessly, because I don't know how to type. Alright. I had a comment in there. And this is why I love DevTools. It just makes your life simpler. No errors, very good. If we make that bigger, click it again on maximize, make it minimize, and you can click that to close. Awesome, we have our functionality. Let me just add one more thing. I'm sorry, really fast. And that is our menu is going to be done. Let's go here and add our main styling, main.css. And if I go here, new file, main.css, gonna do main background. Actually, just do this. Position absolute top, we're gonna do 30 pixels. Height is gonna be calculate 100% minus 30 pixels. That's pretty neat if you didn't know that. And width is gonna be 100%. Background color is gonna be, and color is gonna be white. Now this is gonna look awesome in my opinion, at least for a desktop app, not for a web app, of course. Alright, that looks fantastic. You can double click that. You can see here we have a little bit of it goes a little bit more to the left than we want it to, but that's not something we can control. It's probably a bug in Electron or something, and you can control it from here. I also made something really cool. Let me just clear this. Let me see the out of this. I want to show you what it is. CD. Actually, just do this. I'm gonna do desktop apps. CD. Alright, CD. And here I'm gonna do npm start, and you can see this application. Alright, now this looks ugly because I was just experiencing some stuff. As you can see here, I told you you can customize it, do whatever you want. And here, it looks pretty good in my opinion right here. Close that. But let me just show you one thing in that. So if we go here, let's open it in here. Desktop, projects, where's the P? Here, user handler, select folder. And I'm going to show you something really cool that I did in package.json. If I change theme to dark and then I restart that, you will see it has the same theme that I just created now. And how I achieved that was in my javascript.init, I get the theme from package.json. I get the theme name and I have them in a themes folder right here. And in my init, let me show you this. Package.theme is the theme, and here I'm doing resource themes theme.json. So I'm getting from dark.json, and you can see in here I have my own JSON I created, and in here I'm setting the background colors and stuff like that to the JSON file. So you can make themes if you want for your application using this method. I'm gonna have this one I think on GitHub. You can go ahead and check it out. And thank you for watching. Sorry about the very long tutorial. Have a good one.